Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome back to one of my seed haul videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at the recent order that I got from Floret. Now, I don't know about you, but I was certainly on the website waiting for their sale to go live because I wanted to make sure that I got a couple of key things. So without much further ado, let's get on into what I purchased for the garden this year. Some things I got are technically for the garden next year. We're going to hang on to the seed packets. But let's just take a look at what I ordered. The first thing I ordered was the unicorn mix zinnias. Now, I can't resist zinnias. I love zinnias. They grow well here. And this mix is unique. It has these kind of creamy colors, pastel colors, shades of kind of lavender and salmon. Apparently, it is a special Floret mix, so I'm down with that. And plus, I mean, let's face it, the unicorn mix. Sign me up, throw it in my cart. I've got to grow it. Nothing really spectacular to say about zinnias. I mean, they're zinnias. Next, in the same kind of vein, we have the golden hour zinnia. Like this one is very much kind of like the salmon, salmon rose, but kind of a in between the creamy yellow of something like Isabella, the Isabella zinnia, and the salmon rose one. This is kind of like an in-between goldy peachy color. Again, this is the first time I've ever seen this zinnia off, so of course I was immediately attracted to it. Looks like it has a good mix of kind of single and double flowers. Really exciting to see that. Last but not least, for zinnias, I picked up the candy mix. The candy mix is kind of just a mix of scabiosa flowered zinnias, obviously. I have a love-hate relationship with scabiosa flowered zinnias. They're not very reliable. There's, the jury's out as to why those aren't very reliable. I noticed a lot of the seed catalogs have a lot of different Cinderella colors this year, like Cinderella purple and Cinderella red, whereas it was just the Cinderella peach and lilac. I just went ahead and grabbed the candy mix because it has all those colors. I'm trying to save space. I can't devote my entire garden to zinnias, even though, admittedly, I would like to. Moving on, I also ordered a sweet pea called Piggy Sue. The main reason is I like the name. I don't know why. The actual color themselves are a very, very light kind of pastel peach pink color, almost like a, I don't know, skin tone. That sounds gross when you say it that way. We'll say it's peach. Anyway, I love all of Floret's sweet peas, but let's just face it, I do not have it in my budget to buy these sweet peas. It is like $4 and something for 10 seeds. That is way too high stakes for me. I bought one packet. I restricted myself. Apparently this one was bred by Dr. Keith Hammett. Shout out to you, Keith Hammett, wherever you are. I hope your garden looks good. Also, while I was there, grabbed a packet of sunflower seeds. Another kind of impulse buy from me. I did have several sunflower varieties in my other orders, but I wanted to grab this one because it is called Frilly. And that's something very different from what I would usually gravitate towards. Usually I pick big, bright, strong, big flowers, but these are kind of like, I don't know what word I want, shredded looking? Frilly? I don't know, they're kind of frilly, so I thought this would be something different that we can add, and we'll just go with it from there. Moving on, I also got the pastel mix status. That's one of my hardy annuals that I'm going to be winter sowing here in January. I'm going to get these started out in my little low tunnel for seed starting very soon. There's a video coming on that. Status are super easy to start from seed, especially when winter sowing, and they give us some pretty nice flowers in the spring, early summer, even with a nice tall stem for our cut flowers. So another one that I'm really looking forward to. Yet another hardy annual that I will be sowing in the garden as soon as my soil can be worked is the redhead quinoa. I've grown quinoa plenty of times before. You can probably see it in my other videos. I had just forgotten to buy quinoa this year, so mainly it was just like, oh, this is my last seed purchase. I should get quinoa, and so I got quinoa. That's all there is to that one. Technically, quinoa can handle some cold weather, but it does not overwinter in the hoop house here. It's not that cold hardy. Also got some annual phlox. I got the Phlox of Sheep. I thought this was just a nice variety of peachy tones, nice creamy peachy tones. I might save this one for the fall and overwinter. I don't think I'm going to be sowing any more phlox this year because the phlox in the hoop house does seem to be doing quite well. So I'll probably hold off on this one. The same with the next thing that I ordered, which is the Chianti Mix Pansy. Hopefully I am saying that correctly. I was just automatically drawn to these. So often most pansies are in shades of blue and kind of darker tones. These are more, these appear to be more peachy, peaches and whites with a little bit of orange. And they're also, these seem to also have some really unique and interesting speckling and veining in the petals, which I am totally pumped up to see. I'll probably go ahead and sow these now that I'm thinking about it. I'll probably go ahead and winter sow these in the low tunnel and get these growing and see what they look like this year. Also bought some nasturtiums. This is just the regular gleam salmon. I've grown gleam salmon before and I forgot to order nasturtiums this year, so I grabbed a packet of those as well. Next up, we have some pink Regis Lavaterra. You saw that I have that old packet of Lavaterra. I'm going to sow this packet too, so hopefully we will definitely have some Lavaterra this spring, early summer. Lavaterra usually come into bloom around the same time that the Japanese beetles arrive. Awesome! And they munch and munch and munch them. But if you've never grown Lavaterra before, the flowers are just so bright and so vibrant. They're that kind of cup-shaped mallow family looking flower. I'm not quite sure if this is a member of the mallow family, so do not quote me on that. They do last quite long in a vase, even though the flowers themselves kind of look very dainty. And next up for the summer garden, we have some Globe Amaranth. This is called the Sunset Mix. You'll recall, or you might not, I'm not sure, I made a video. I do have Globe Amaranth seeds in purple, but I mainly wanted to grab the Sunset Mix because it has, you know, the nice hot shades of the magenta and the red and the orange, and more of the colors that I don't necessarily want to have in the garden in bulk. I like that it's a mix because sometimes the mixes with the reds and the oranges are hard to come by, so I definitely do appreciate that so much. Completely new to me this year, we have several things that are completely new to me. I bought the Formosa lily. These are apparently a perennial type of lily that can be grown from seed. I have absolutely no experience with these, so of course I am going to be winter sowing these in the low tunnel and hopefully being able to establish them, get a nice sized seedling that I can transplant into my perennial flower patch. You know, the perennial flower patch has some really nice things like bee balm and echinacea and even some lavender, so we can add some Formosa lilies in there hopefully, and we'll have something interesting to look at. Also new to me, we have eucalyptus. I was able to grab some of the silver dollar eucalyptus before it sold out. I am going to be winter sowing these, attempting to winter sow these. These are tender to frost, so of course I am going to wait. I'm not winter sowing them anytime soon. According to the package, you have to be very patient with the germination. It can take like 40 days or 35 days or something. I don't really remember what I read off the top of my head. But I have a feeling this is going to be one of those kind of flowers for me that either, yes, I finally grew it, this is awesome, I love this, or I am going to be totally disappointed and have nothing to show for it. Some certain plants in the garden, there's either one extreme or the other, and I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping that this is the good end of that spectrum, but I'm always prepared to be a failure at any point, because let's face it, trial and error. You got to do it yourself sometimes to figure out what works and what does not. Obviously, I do not live in a warm enough climate to overwinter this eucalyptus, so we're going to just attempt to grow it as an annual. Next, another one that I've never grown before, we have Apple of Peru. This is a member of the Solanaceae family. It's one of those non-edible members of that family. According to the internet, it's technically a weed in a lot of places, but apparently it's very attractive and makes a great filler foliage for our cut flower arrangements. Since it is a member of that Solanaceae family, I believe it'll do well here. It seems like we get such hot and humid and sticky summers that most any members of that family tend to thrive here. Last but not least, I did grab 2 different types of celosia. I got the Texas Plume Summer Sherbet Mix. I was just attracted to this because, hello, pastel plume celosia. You don't have to convince me. I'm here. I'm ready. Give me the seeds. I am ready to plant them. I also got the Coral Reef Celosia Mix, just because I am trying to expand my celosia here in my yard this year. Celosia, I really love it. I think it's really interesting and adds a lot of color and texture and kind of vibrancy to cut flower arrangements, but in the past I have definitely neglected it here in my yard and just not sowed it and not given it enough room, not taken care of it. So this year I want to try to right that wrong. That's about it for this seed haul. I hope you guys liked it. I'm so excited to grow some of this stuff. If you guys place an order from Floret, I'd love to hear all about what you ordered, what you're growing. Are you growing anything new for the first time? If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe, tell a friend, share it on your Facebook, do whatever you gotta do. We're trying to grow the channel, and we're just gonna keep on making videos about growing flowers and growing vegetables and growing all kinds of different things. Sometimes some DIY projects, you never know what I'm going to do or what I'm going to post next. So if you like a little bit of surprise, you might like this channel too. I hope that you are having such an amazing day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.